All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Dave Neal here, stand-up comedian, host of Bachelor Recap, a Guys Review. Some Bachelor news we're going to talk about today. I'm going to get into this Victoria Larson interview. She just did an interview on Good Morning America a couple hours ago, and I'm going to play the interview. It's a quick interview. I'll pause if there's anything I need to interject here. And let's get right into it. So yeah, just a little context here. This whole interview, it looks like it's going to be about a mug shot she had that was released. Only Victoria, the villain of this season of The Bachelor, could say she feels liberated after committing a crime. I guess she held on to this dark secret of shoplifting in Tallahassee, where she went to school at Florida State University. Tallahassee's north, right? How come the farther north you go in Florida, the more southern it gets? What's up with that? What's going on with that? The fact that this interview is about her mugshot, that's not the least of her problems. You know what I mean? That's like if you committed adultery and then you apologize for stealing gym towels. Like, this isn't the mugshot. Yeah, that was a decade ago. That was bad. But the way she's been bullying and name calling on this season of The Bachelor is just, it's really a problem. She says she does it in good fun, but we'll get into it. Let's just watch this and see what this interview is all about.
To our GMA cover story, a Bachelor exclusive. This season's drama-stirring Queen Victoria Larson. Well, she's now in the hot seat after a mugshot emerged from a 2012 arrest for shoplifting.
Not a good mugshot.
Here with what Victoria is saying about
the irony is that she was getting makeup too.
Yeah, good morning, Amy. This season on The Bachelor, no one's standing out quite like Victoria. She's calling it like she sees it, and sometimes that involves some name calling.
By the way, there's nothing worse than saying someone's calling it like they see it. Oh, what a hack thing to say. She's being a bitch. Calling it like she sees it. No. People have learned throughout evolution to just mind their manners, and if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all. She spews vitriol.
Near unbelievably unapologetic fashion. But what she is sorry for is the mistake she says she made, shoplifting 9 years ago.
The self-anointed queen of this Bachelor season.
Some Victoria like the queen.
Ugh.
Quickly becoming the villain with words sharper than her.
He looks like the Michelin Man right here. Like if you wanted to dress up as s'mores, this would be the dress. So we got Miss Puerto Rico Universe, and Victoria calls her a dumb hoe, I think is what she said. Now, Victoria competed in the same pageant, but she was Miss Studio City, I believe, which is like a sub-segment of Los Angeles. You know, you like compete in tiers and brackets. So, anyway.
Snatching the crown.
So this whole interview is really just ABC promoting their show. That's what I hate about it. You know what I mean? They're not trying to get down to the truth. They're not trying to be pro-feminist and knock people for talking trash to each other. They're just promoting the show. They lead in with a minute of things not even related to the mugshot issue. All right, so now we've got Victoria. She's cleaned up. She's got rid of her sty infection or whatever. Let's hear what she has to say. And please enjoy this with a small grain of salt.
Was not my best moment looking back, but I meant it all in good fun.
When you watch the show back and you see yourself name calling, do you regret that?
They knew me and knew my heart and knew that I really never have ill intent. So I think they viewed it differently just because they know me.
So the words didn't hit as harsh as they come across on TV, you're saying?
I don't think so.
Read the room, Victoria. This is such baloney. Look, I do stand-up comedy, right? We see this all the time with new and younger comedians. A comedian will say something really offensive, have no joke attached to it, and they'll be like, what? I guess you guys don't like dark humor. And it's like, no, idiot, just make it funny. All jokes can work if you make them funny and frame them in the right way. You can find the humor in a whole bunch of things. Don't argue with me on this one. But the point is like I've said before, we try to punch up, not down. So for her to make fun of these other contestants, for her to make fun of this and that, that's punching down. There's no humor attached to it. There's no goodwill attached to it. You might think it's funny because a lot of times what happens in like the psychological thing that happens is you attach yourself to the bully because it's safer than being bullied. You know what I mean? So you'll see others laughing and sort of like entertaining Victoria, and like she becomes like the drunk aunt who says something and they kind of laugh along. Don't read that as them being okay with what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Honestly, it was all in good fun. If my words or actions hurt anyone, like, I sincerely apologize. And
blanket apology. If my X, Y, and Z hurt X, Y, and Z, then I X, Y, and Z. Very passive.
And hold myself accountable. I'm not a bully. I'm really not.
But the backlash from viewers.
If you ever have to go on, hey, take a note here. If you ever have to go on national TV and say, I'm not a bully, chances are you done been a bully. Okay? All right?
So strong, Victoria says she's even receiving death threats.
I anticipated being well received. So to get like the bullying messages and the hate mail and the death threats.
Hate mail. First of all, death threats, not good. Hate mail, I mean, people weren't happy with what they saw. Now, of course, when I do my Bachelor recaps, I sift through all the editing to make sure that I'm not being that I'm not being manipulated by what was actually showed. So a lot of times they'll cut together words and phrases and have like dirty looks, and none of it even happened on the day. They kind of edit it that way. But there were plenty of times where the camera stayed on Victoria, where she just said something where someone's like, we had Brittany last episode. I did my recap. Brittany was accused of being an escort on national TV, had no merit. And she was feeling really bad after. She was like, I didn't do this. I didn't do this. This is a lie. And she was like, I'm feeling really bad. And then Victoria said something like, well, then why don't you leave? Like, no compassion, no empathy. Like, there's just no place for somebody like this in my world. You wouldn't be caught, like, within, what? I get mad just thinking about it.
I wasn't really prepared for that at all. 100%, it was shocking.
Victoria learning this week another downside of notoriety. Her mugshot from a 2012 arrest for shoplifting resurfacing.
When the story broke, I called my dad, of course, and he's like, how do you feel? And I'm like, I feel liberated. Like, everything's exposed. I can tell my future husband, Google me. I have no secrets to hide.
This seems like the most narcissistic thing to say to the world, finding out you committed a crime. Well, at least I don't have to hide it anymore. Gee whiz, great. No apology there. No, what I've learned from my lessons. I mean, when I said, this is what I said. If you're caught shoplifting, chances are, my public thought is that you probably did it 10 times before that, and they caught on to you. A lot of people left comments that worked in different retail, Victoria's Secret, different places where they said, look, usually we notice a trend when someone keeps shoplifting and then we catch them. So maybe it was her first time, but it's always like, the senator caught, getting a blowjob at a truck stop, and it's like, oh, that was my first time. I swear I'm in a committed, loving family relationship. All right, sure, man. Yeah, of course. I'll believe you.
What do you wish people knew about you that we couldn't know about you just from watching this show?
I don't think my kindness really got to show through, and I really do have a good heart. I actually became friends with one of the new girls.
Chance that it's Catalina.
One queen only. Thank you so much.
Well, Matt says bullying is not the way to his heart, so we're building to some serious drama going down next week as Matt confronts.
Okay. So now the rest of it's just a promo. So we didn't get an apology from Victoria for specific things she did. Well, if I offended anyone, I'm sorry, but no one got to see my true heart. Well, look, actions speak louder than words. Currently, all I know about you is you have a mugshot from theft that you didn't apologize for when you were just given the chance. You lied about going to the Integrative Institute of Nutrition at NYU. Apparently, I Googled it. They don't exist at NYU. It's just a random, whatever. Look, if you want to go and get your $250 an hour health coaching advice from Victoria, go do that. I'm not trying to cut her gig off or whatever she's doing. Go do that. But this was an easy chance for her to become more likable. At the very least, I break even on my thoughts. She's exactly who I thought she would be. She shows up looking like business Barbie. And, where was that on the day? Where was that on the day when we wanted to see her true colors? All right, that's it from me. Leave a comment, hit the like button, and let me know what you think. And we'll catch you guys next time. Bye, everybody.